Hello, everybody. How's it going? Today, I realized I don't think I've talked about this. I've talked about the ideas of cringe and sincerity in person with a lot of friends, and I don't think I made a video about it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I've noticed this pattern that seems to be predominant among like people my age, like younger Gen Z types, to feel like they need to put a disclaimer before anything they say. They feel like they need to make sure that they cover all their bases. So, for example, um, they'll be giving their opinion, and they're like, "But this is just my opinion," right? Like, uh, instead of saying a movie is bad, they'll be like, "This is just my opinion, but this movie is bad," or something like that, because they really don't want to offend anybody. That's part of it, and they also want to not make any drastic statements. They want to make sure that everything is in line, that there's no hypocrisy being accused of them, that they're just kind of doing their thing. And I think we've just moved into a place where disclaimers have just become unbearable. I've gotten very kind of tired of it. Another case of this is in any emotional context. People will actively, before saying things that they actually mean, they'll say, "I know this is cringe, but," they'll say, "I know this is cringe, but I really care about you as a person, and thank you for, sticking by me in a difficult time." Like, you don't need the disclaimer there, right? It's fine, right? I don't know why we have to feel like we have to call out the cringy behavior, or what we perceive as potentially cringy behavior, when you just mean it and you're fine. And so I think we've reached a point, at least in my mind, like I think we're past cringe. Like, it's just not a helpful framework anymore for the way we talk about it. I think cringe fits very well when talking about taboos and understanding why those are useful structures for society. But right now, basic human interactions are considered cringe, and so it's just not helpful. So my goal in this next year is to do less of that, to just say things, and understands that 90% of the time there is another perspective, and you can look at that. But I'm just going to present one side of things, and you can interact with that in one way or another, right? Like wisdom, like most wisdom, you give. It's the classic verse in Proverbs. It's like, "Don't answer a fool according to his folly," and then the next verse says, "Answer a fool, that way he might be corrected." And you're like, "Oh, it's contradictory," and it's like, yes, but it's also true. They're both true. There's a time and place for both. To answer a fool according to his folly, and to say, you need correction. I'm going to give you correction. And there's other times in which you just let it go, and you say, whatever. In the same way, if I give advice here, it's not going to be applicable to everyone, and I don't expect it to be applicable to everyone. Take what is useful and throw away the rest. If you find nothing useful here, don't worry about it. The time hasn't come for it, or it's bad advice. Either way, don't worry about it. It's okay. If you do find something useful, that's amazing. I'm so thankful. But don't feel like things have to apply when they don't. And again, coming back to disclaimers, right? Like, I don't think that it's something that has to be stated explicitly. I think we should be able to live in a place where we can just say the things we mean, and we can be open to correction if we need it. But sometimes you just say something, right? And you can just say something, and it just means what it means. And instead of having this culture of yes, but, or something like that, we can have a culture of like the improv style, right? Of yes and, right? Oh, I see the truth in what you say, and I see the truth here. Not, I see the truth in what you say, but you're missing all this stuff. Like, let's encourage more collaboration. I'm going way off topic. A bit of this comes to sincerity too. Coming back into a culture where it's not about appearing authentic and trying to make everybody think that you are this like real person, but actually just being a real person. Like, stop trying to worry about how people see you. If they think that you're fake, then who cares? if you're actually being yourself. It's fine. Trying to become the best you can be, it's okay. You don't have to worry about what other people think. Sometimes you do if you're, being a politician or something, but you're probably not. You're probably just living your life, and don't worry what other people have to think about that. Just be and strive to be better. That's all I have to say. I hope that wasn't too preachy or anything. I think that's just been something that's been really on my mind, and I'll probably find a way to refine that, and we can talk about it more. But yeah, that sounds good. Thank you all for listening, and this has been Unscripted Commentaries with Noah, and peace out.